Welcome back to Inventions Vera Bradley. This is going to be a little longer video. It's going to be comparing 4 different styles of bags. Some are very old, ranging on up to current bag. The commonality here is the shape. So see how it has a crescent kind of shape to it. Some are a little bit rounded at the bottom. And so I want to give folks an idea of how much each of these can hold and what kind of pockets, interior and exterior pockets, that it has. So starting in the back, this is a cargo sling in Capri Blue. This is a long retire to go pattern, long retired style. It's a larger bag, but I really like it. I've been using those quite a bit lately when I'm needing to carry more things with me. It's something I would use like instead of carrying a tote. And what I really love about the cargo sling is the shape of it, all the pockets, and that it can lay flat against the body and you can wear it crossbody. So it's like you can carry what you would carry in a tote, a smaller tote, but you can wear it crossbody. So I have this one packed up. I'll show you what's in it, all the features, and then we'll move on down the list. This next one is the Frannie Crescent Crossbody. This was from when we had recycled cotton, so the time frame just previous to the rebranding. Not to be confused with the much older, much smaller, tiny little Frannie. This one's called the Frannie Crescent Crossbody. A current style that we have is called the Kimmel, Kimmel Sling Crossbody. This is currently still available. This pattern is all the pretty wildflowers in premium cotton. So this is the only one out of these that's a current style, current pattern. And then here in front, we have the Libby, which is an old style, long retired ago. The pattern is Raspberry Fizz, again, long retired ago. I have a much older video where I show what the Libby can hold, but I'll show you again today. What's interesting, even though it's really obvious when you have them in comparison, these two get confused a lot on resale sites, a lot. In fact, when I bought this one, it was described as a Libby. So if you're searching for a cargo sling, also search for the Libby. And I've seen the Libby described as a cargo sling or a mini cargo sling, which it's not the mini cargo sling. But anyway, these two get confused a lot online. So let me move these out of the way and zoom in and show you some features here of the cargo sling. This particular one is new to me. I found it on a resale site, just mixed in with a bundle of several pieces of Capri Blue. And I was like, it just showed like part of it. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's a cargo sling, and they're really hard to find right now. And this pattern in particular can be difficult to find in good condition. Something about Capri Blue and Capri Pink, or Capri Melon, those often didn't age well. I'm not sure what was up with that fabric, but this one was in pristine condition. It didn't have tags, but it looked like if it had been used, it was minimal. So like the Velcro's still nice and crisp. So a cargo sling. One of the easiest ways that you can tell that it's a cargo sling is you look at how the strap is configured. So when you see that, see how that is coming up straight, and you can see the plastic, and some of the newer versions had metal, but the strap's very distinctive. And it has these big side pockets. So you have that. Whereas the Libby, the strap on a Libby attaches up straight from the sides. It's not facing forward, it's like this, and there are no side pockets on a Libby. And that's why it's important to know dimensions too. The Libby is tiny compared to a Cargo Sling. All right, so Cargo Sling. You have two big pockets on the front, large enough to hold even a large cell phone. So this is my Android phone, which is quite a bit taller than my iPhone that I'm filming with. So even a tall phone will still fit in there and still Velcro closed. And what I'm carrying in there right now is just a Zip ID with some Wet One wipes in it. And then this other pocket is usually where I carry my iPhone 15. And it can even fit horizontally like this. So very nice, large front pockets. The side pockets on the Cargo Sling, about the width of my hand. I can fit a slender Vera Bradley water bottle in there. It's not going to be large enough to fit really wide, those huge water bottles that most folks seem to like to carry today, but a slender one will fit. A regular kind of water bottle, a smaller one would probably fit. I would be worried though with that, the moisture deteriorating the fabric. So I probably won't use it with a water bottle, but if I did, it would be an insulated one. On the back, look at this. Look at this. Huge pocket. Huge, huge pocket. Full length, goes all the way down to the bottom. You could fit a small Vera Bradley notebook in there. One of the spiral bound notebooks will fit in there. Takes up like that. So you have another pocket on the side. Okay, so you can see the nice curved top. Okay, I have this thing packed out. So I'm going to take everything out. This first thing is my iPad Air 11-inch M2 2024 iPad. So full-size iPad in a bulky case and a featherweight sleeve, text sleeve from Vera Bradley. This is spinach green, which actually coordinates really well with that little pop of green that's running throughout this pattern. So I have my iPad, full-size iPad. That's not an iPad mini. It's a full-size 11-inch in a bulky case was in there. I feel like this is a Mary Poppins bag. Okay, and then also in featherweight spinach green, I have, I can't remember the official name of this. It was some sort of wristlet I'm using as my wallet. So I have that in there. This came with that bundle that I got this off of eBay. I'm not sure if this is a medium cosmetic or a small cosmetic. Anyway, it came with it. It's in good condition as well. Just my usual things inside there. And it has kind of a thicker, translucent lining. So I have that in there. I have a coin pouch in citrus paisley, not to be confused with the current citrus paisley that really is a redo of the one that used to have the elephants in it. I have no idea why they do that. Anyway, to me, this will always be citrus paisley. So I just have a coin pouch here that I have a lens cloth and some tissues Yeah, because I didn't have a tissue case to really coordinate with this, so I thought this would go pretty well. And then inside this lemon coin pouch from the factory outlet, I have my charging brick and cord, because I thought that looked really cute with the colors in this. All right, I don't have my sunglasses in here right now, but this came in the bundle. Actually this and then a hard sunglass case. Both, it was a really good deal. I mainly bought the bundle to get this purse, but I ended up with so much more. Like, I think I paid $30 and I got the purse, this, the hard case, and oh, this coin purse that I'm use for extra sets of keys that I'm carrying right now. And this was in pristine condition. Some of the other pieces, like this was in really good condition. This was in really good condition. This was in terrible condition, but I rehabbed it and it came out perfect. It had a huge stain right here, but I soaked it for a long time and scrubbed it with several things. And anyway, so that was in there. My Quiet Harbor, this is leather from the signature side. Quiet Harbor, I think, is the color. And I thought it coordinated really well with the blue. So that's my car keys. And, oh, I still have more down in here. All right, I have a eyeglass reader's case in citrus paisley, and a pen and a stylus down in there, and that is Doodle Daisy, I think. So I just keep those inside there in case they were to leak. It's not going to ruin the purse. And then my Altoid mints. So all of that fit in the cargo sling. So the inside of a cargo sling, you have 3 quilted slip pockets back there. And then you don't have anything on this wall, because you have the 2 pockets on the front. So see, you get lots of space. Let's look at the base of this thing. Nice wide base. But if you don't have much in it, the way it carries, it lays nice and flat up against your body. All right, so someone had asked about fitting in a hardback book. I'm gonna pack this all back up. And I had it. My keys in that middle pocket. That one in there. My Altoids. My wristlet using as a wallet. Whoops, sorry. Okay, getting it packed up. Get my charging cord and brick. Sunglasses case and tissues and wet ones. All right, whoop, sorry, I am spinning around here. All right. So I don't really have very many hardback books, but I have this one. So if I were gonna carry a book in a purse, I personally would have it protected in some way. I would be afraid I would damage it. So I'm gonna put my book down inside the tablet case to protect it, and then fit it down. Although it might, if you had a thinner book, it would maybe fit back there in that back pocket. But I'm going to angle it in there. And I have to do the same thing to get my iPad in there. You kind of have to angle it and then scooch it down in. So see? And then zip it closed. So yes, a hardback book along with all those other doodads, everything else I need to carry, will easily fit in a cargo sling. All right, so next one down. Get these things out of the way. And take everything out of my cargo sling. And let's see what can fit in a Frannie Crescent Crossbody. Not nearly as much as this. Spoiler alert. All right, so I'm going to get this out of the way. All right, so the Frannie, and I have another video about the Frannie and how it came with, it was described as non-removable, but I used scissors and I cut it off and turned it into a key strap. You can see my other video and I'll link it in the description below, and also in the description I'll put, if I can find the dimensions for these. But you can tell this is a much smaller bag. What I always thought was odd about the Frannie is there's no exterior pockets compared to a Libby has this zipper pocket on the back. And it's perfect. Even modern size cell phones can fit back there. So not sure why they didn't do that. So I only have 2 Frannies because of that. The Frannie has one zipper pocket back here and then one just oddly shaped pocket that kind of gaps open right there. So if I were going to, I don't know, that might fit. In real life, if I were going to carry a cosmetic, it would be a smaller one in there, but let's see what all we can fit. Cosmetic case, my wallet. Yeah, we're already almost maxed out. I would definitely downsize to a smaller cosmetic. My extra keys, my main keys. I would have to carry my cell phone in that pocket. Charging brick. Whoops. Let's see, I wouldn't be able to fit glasses. I wouldn't feel comfortable trying to cram them in there. I'm leaving some room right here because that's where I would put a smaller cosmetic. So I would have to downsize the cosmetic. I would not carry sunglasses case in there with it. You obviously could not fit an iPad or a hardback book in this thing with all these other things. So to me, it's kind of a medium-ish to smallish kind of bag. So that's the Frannie. So I'm going to take everything out of it. And let's move on down to the Kimmel, which is a current style, so it's one that folks have been asking quite a bit about. And to me, it's pretty obvious that this is like their newer version of kind of what they had going on in the Frannie. All right, so it has more of a curved shape. I like it. When people ask me about this one, my response after having worn it a couple times is I like it, but I don't love it. And what I mean by that, I like that they added a front pocket. Okay, so here's my Android phone. So even though it's a little longer than an iPhone, it can fit. Now, if you have a really big like iPhone Pro, whatever, Pro Max, those big phones, that's probably not gonna fit in there. In reality, this side angled zip right here, wearing this to the grocery store, was very awkward because I have my shopping list on my phone. And so it was just a pain to constantly be fiddling, trying to get in and get out and get my phone. And so I ended up just carrying my phone in my pocket. So yay that they did do a pocket, but instead of doing that, I don't know why they didn't just do one across the back, like I said about the Frannie. Like there's room. They did it before on this. A pocket right there that you could put a phone in like this. And that would have fit any size phone. So Vera Bradley, if you ever watch my videos, if you want to continue improvement, go back to what you already knew how to do. Put this kind of pocket back here. And if you also wanted to keep one on this side too, that would be even more awesome because we love our pockets on our Vera Bradley bags. That's one of the selling features. So there's the base of that. And then inside you get one zippered pocket. All right, so let's see what we can fit inside of this. Again, I would downsize in real life, but we'll just see what'll fit. Put my keys back in that zippered area. We're getting pretty tight in here. All right, I'm going to take this back out. So I think everything that I fit in the Frannie would fit in here. I would have room to squinch a very smaller cosmetic like I did in the Frannie. And then you can, so that's a pretty good curve to it. So I like it, but I don't love it. So this will probably be my only one of the Kimmel unless they come out with a pattern that I think is just awesome. Which I like this pattern. Kind of my same feelings here. I like it, but I don't love it. I don't know why. I keep on going back and forth. I almost feel like these poppies overpower too much. Like it's not quite in balance with some of the smaller details. I'm not sure. Again, I like it, but I don't love it. See if I cover up. Like I like the rest of the pattern and I like the poppies, but I don't know if they blend that well. Anyway, that's the Kimmel Sling Crossbody. All right, last but not least is the Libby. And I have several of these, not a ton, but let's see, 3 or 4. This pocket out in the front is tiny. But it's so misleading online that it can so easily be misconstrued as a cargo sling because it has kind of that look, but all that'll fit in here are like individual hand wipes or a chapstick or something small, lipstick. There are no side because there wouldn't be room. You might fit your thumb down inside there. This back pocket is perfect for a cell phone. And then inside, you have 1, 2, 3 slip pockets on the back wall. Again, I would pick a smaller cosmetic. There's the wallet. There's my charging brick. There are my keys, although I probably would have to use a different key strap that was a little bit more flexible. Let's see, let's get my Altoids, my extra set of keys. These are kind of narrower than pockets on other bags. It'd be tight. I'd have to go with a really small cosmetic. Surprisingly, you can fit quite a bit in there. So that's the Libby. So I hope this helps give you an idea of what each can hold and the differences between these similar shaped bags.